My smart news apps know the type of articles that I like. Look what just popped up in my feed. Millions of millennials could soon enter a midlife crisis, but they're going to spend and divorce less and value experiences more than prior generations. Let's get in. The midlife crisis could be coming for millennials over the next decade, but companies shouldn't count on a spending spree as the newest generation to hit middle age has less money and different lifestyle preferences than its predecessors. Millions of millennials whose ages range between 27 and 42. So I am 42. I'll be 43 this year. So I'm like literally either an old millennial or a young Gen X. But I just call myself an exennial because I'm right in between. But I so relate to this. Okay, many of millennials whose ages range between 27 and 42 will turn 40 this year, with many more following them in years to come. And while there's nothing inherently treacherous about this milestone, there's reason to believe that many of them could experience some form of midlife crisis as they reach middle age. Last September, the National Bureau of Economic Research published a working paper that documented a crisis of midlife in rich countries like the United States. Along with a decline in basic measures of life satisfaction, the researchers found middle age upticks in intense job strain, unaliving oneself, sleeping problems, alcohol dependence, and extreme depression. We believe the seriousness of this societal problem has not been grasped by affluent world policymakers. But even if midlife crisis persists among millennials, they're unlikely to respond to it the same way as prior generations. Buying a sports car and getting a divorce, for instance, two stereotypical responses to the midlife crisis, might not be preferable or even possible for many millennials. First of all, millennials are poor. Okay, it says first, millennials have less money to spend. In 2021, the typical 40-year-old millennial earned $49,000 a year. While this is more than inflation-adjusted $43,000 and $39,000 Gen Xers and Boomers earned at the same age, rising costs for certain big-ticket items like college, healthcare, and childcare have ultimately left millennials worse off. While millennials' net worth has risen in recent years, they account only for roughly 7% of the nation's total wealth. In 2020, the St. Louis Fed found that the typical millennial family was 34% poorer than expected when compared to the wealth of their earlier generations at the same age. This will need a part two. Okay, so still talking about millennials and our middle age. I ended it by talking about the fact that millennials are literally poor. And we're poor not because we're making less money, but because costs are exorbitant. Okay, so let's jump into this. While millennial spending habits have been blamed for killing everything from cereal to casual dining, a 2018 Fed study found little evidence that millennials have significantly different tastes than prior generations when it comes to spending on things like cars, food, and housing. The reason they spent less in some of these areas, the Fed concluded, was simply because millennials were less well off than members of earlier generations, because costs are too high. That said, there's some evidence that millennials' spending habits are actually a bit different than those of Gen X and Boomers. For instance, millennials may be more likely to save than prior generations. A 2020 Bank of America report found that the average millennial started saving for retirement at age 24, while Gen X and Boomers didn't begin to age 30 and 33 respectively. And it's probably because we know good and well that there will be no Social Security and no retirement funds because the government and prior generations have bankrupted it. So we know. Other research suggests millennials don't just spend less, they prioritize different things. A 2014 Harris Group study found that since 1987, the share of U.S. consumer spending on live experiences and events has increased 70%, and that 72% of millennials preferred to spend money on experiences rather than material goods. It's among the reasons some have called them the experience generation. While some millennials may simply see experiences as a great opportunity to fill their social media profiles, many say they genuinely value experiences. So when midlife crisis comes, millennials may respond by taking a big vacation rather than buying a sports car. Millennials are less likely to get divorced, in part because they're less likely to marry. Divorce is another outcome people often associate with a midlife crisis, but one has to be married to get a divorce, and many millennials haven't tied the knot. In 2019, Pew Research found that only 44% of millennials were currently married, compared to 53% of boomers and 61% of Gen Xers who were at a similar age. While this can be partially attributed to people getting married later in life, many millennials say that they do not plan on getting married. And when millennials do get married, they're less likely to get divorced than prior generations, perhaps in due part to the fact that they haven't rushed into marriage. And we're having less children because childcare is expensive, and so is the rest of cost of living. Y'all jump in the comment section, like, comment, subscribe.